take a very few minutes reflecting back on yesterday, what you thought about it, the good bits, the difficult bits.
I think SWA has some crown jewels, and what I'm thinking about is what happened at the high-level meeting and how they messaged it, how we messaged it as SWA, how we talked about, how we messaged the success in Liberia, etc. But during the session on communications, we didn't hear anything about the crown jewels and what was being, what had been done in the past, which I imagine was, really good, because there was a lot to talk about and to message about. And it would have been really good to hear about that, and that would have helped sort of shape the discussions about communications in the future. So that was my sort of sense of that session, if that's helpful.
Listening in day 1 and day 2 yesterday, I think it's getting clearer what SWA is and what it does. I've always been, for the last 2 years, I kept on asking certain questions. Now I'm getting the answers. Thank you.
This is my first entrance to the SWA, and within the last 2 days, I have learned a lot. I could understand how SWA is making progress, what they have done, and half of it I know what they are going to do it. Maybe in the next one day and tomorrow also something I will be able to understand. And most interesting thing yesterday.
Yes, you preempted my question.
Most interesting that I enjoyed yesterday is communication. And I thought that it should continue till still more time, but that was good that it was stopped.
I was particularly interested in the discussion we had yesterday on the monitoring, and I'm particularly keen to enforce the proposal to look at monitoring systems which reinforce operation and service delivery aspects, and building up from the bottom up, so that we look at enforcing systems for service delivery, and then using that data to then feed up to national and then global perspective. Thanks.
Bon, merci bien. Donc moi je pense que la journée d'hier a porté ses fruits. Les discussions étaient très fructueuses. Ce que j'ai pu noter, c'est surtout en matière de communication. Je pense que la communication doit se faire à 2 niveaux, au niveau du pays, et c'est-à-dire au niveau intérieur et au niveau extérieur. Au niveau intérieur, il faut que toutes les structures soient coordonnées pour que l'information circule de manière qui permettra d'avoir les données necessary.
Yeah, yesterday we were talking about communication, and one thing I didn't tell you was that when you are doing the sheet calculation, okay, don't use the nice words. Use the local language of the community where you are. And I'm telling you, the moment you mention it, everybody will do like this. Okay? Now, the other aspect is why do we communicate and how do we communicate? So I was saying, does our communication capture 4 issues? 1, does it attract attention? Does it arouse interest? Does it cause desire for action? 4 words, AIDA, A-I-D-A, okay? Attracts attention, arouse interest, cause desire for action. So, and the way I communicate to my community is, if I remove my coat, can you help me?
Yes, certainly.
Yeah, I'm now communicating, okay? But it may not be giving the message I want to give you, okay? We are talking about Plan Uganda, the government of Uganda. We are talking about the NGOs, WASNET. We are talking about the committee. But now, if I turn my back, that's when I want to communicate. Now, what do you read? So the world told, are you communicating the same message?
Can you read it?
So, can you read it? Open defecation is a shame. Use a what? Yeah. So 1, you are attracting attention. When you talk about open defecation, someone is interested. What is it? Why is this man talking about open defecation? Okay? then the interest, and the desire for action. The desire for action is usually what? A latrine. So to a local person, that simple message will cause interest. However deep-rooted you are with your culture, something to do with shame, everybody gets what? You wouldn't like to be ashamed. Thank you very much.
Yesterday was an interesting session we had. I think there were 2 interesting sessions yesterday. The country process task team's paper, review of that, and the communications. What I gather is everybody is saying the same thing, desires the same thing, only that the how part, how we do it, that's what to be agreed upon. Yeah. Thank you.
How do you think that country process session ended?
I think there was a lot of debate, and there were some very, very interesting, allow me to call divergent views as well. But I think that's the strength of the system. Everybody is trying to express whatever opinions they have and how their systems work. Since the main objective is universal access to water and sanitation, and there are different ways to get there, different systems to get there.
I thought the best part of yesterday was actually the small table group work. I thought that's where you got to hear lots of people's voices and people got to engage, and I thought that was fun.
Thank you. It was with a light touch.
Very good morning to everybody. I think before I talk to yesterday's reflection, the main outcome of this gathering that we are calling partnership meeting is very important to know that what has been done so far within 2 years, I think bringing the new ideas on the lessons learned, good practices to improve our partnership in the future in a better manner. Coming back specifically on yesterday's, I think I was very liked the message that our colleague from Kenya said. Just to tell you a very simple story that how communication is important while a baby is not going to cry. So how the mother and the parents is going to take care. So communication is very important, even if it is SWA or communication with at the grassroots level within the communities to provide them with wash services. So it's very important how communication is going to be done so that the services are delivered with quality, sustainability, and effectiveness. And again, it had a very good link. I mean, the people who yesterday organized the 2 sessions on country lead process and the communication, it has a very good linkage. How the process is going to be done, then how it's going to be communicated. So it was very useful. And the concerns, the problems, the challenges, the success, and the whole mechanism were explained during the roundtable groups, the big groups within this center. So I can assume that was a very good opportunity for all of us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. What I thought I picked up from yesterday was that the majority of the people in the House felt certainly that perhaps the partnership doesn't need to move very fast now, because a lot of people were in the middle there to say that perhaps what is important for now is to consolidate and then slowly but surely move forward with time, perhaps 2 years from now. The other thing that I also thought I saw from the communications was that each country has its own way of preparing for the high-level meetings, and what I thought I could sense was that perhaps the Secretariat needs to engage a bit more with country processes as they prepare for the high-level meetings, so that the Ministry of Finance people get involved all the time and not just before the high-level meetings themselves. Thank you.